knew it. I knew that someone had my bell. Here we go. Up into the top path. Wow, look how fast they ran across there to get those stacks in the top path. Taking a look at this Absol here, trying to take a little bit of this A-Palm away from their side, but it looks like it was actually possibly stolen there by the Trevenant.
Yeah, and we see kind of exactly what we were talking about there in the theory prospect, where the Trevenant kind of walked up, even when it's just a Phantom here, and Absol was not able to crit its way through this incredibly durable Pokemon. What a huge knockout here for Blackhand early in this game.
Obviously, that Absol, once their stacks in, they have an attack weight. Now, attack weight is going to give you more attack every time you score up to 6 times. Then you're an Absol, you get these big critical hits. You're doubling your attack every time. I mean, it's huge if they can get all of their attack stats. So they will literally throw themselves at that goal, understanding that they're going to get KO'd because they need the extra attack.
OG here hitting that extreme speed at level 5, being left solo in the top path. So IX can overload these bottom Bs with 4 players, but not really able to make any headway here or push up.
Let me tell you, I feel like this Trevenant seems to be the counter for what IX has right here. And I don't know if IX has another strategy that they like to play. I don't know if there are other Pokemon that they would like to rotate to. Wow, this Trevenant is just so incredibly brutal here. I feel like it's dominating this early match completely.
Yeah, we see impressive last hit secure potential on that Curse Burst at the end, securing those wild Pokemon that are otherwise hotly contested.
Here we go, Absol heading up into this central area right here, just trying to grab some experience. We've got a little bit of a fight right now. Retsu from IX on their way to mess with the Dragonair, stop them from evolving here. Not able to do so, gets KO'd for their trouble.
Yeah, we see Kyrio's unable to defend that goal zone successfully. Another deposit of Eos energy from that Lucario, getting it another attack weight stack here as our players get positioned in the bottom path. Can Nudo get in here and get a knockout on Overlord? Nope, not even going to try.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to push them back. Everybody's waiting right now. We've got bees coming up in another 15 seconds. These are big objectives that these teams want to fight over. 2 in the top path here for Blackhand, and that means they might be, ooh, looky here. Sneaky Absol looking for some experience in the central area of their opponent right now.
Yeah, and this is kind of key. You know, this character is only accelerating when it is over leveled on the opposing team. So it's looking to try and get some wild Pokemon wherever it can, but there's none to be found here. Nudo effectively just wasting like 15 to 20 seconds here waiting for these buffs to spawn.
It looks like they are coming up now. They do have a Dragonite here for IX Gaming down in the bottom path. One as well for Blackhand. Setting up here, getting ready for this Dreadnought. Of course, whichever Dragonite can get off that powered up Hyper Beam, that could be huge. They might be able to secure very early Hyper Beam here from IX Gaming, however, and that is secured by the Lucario on Blackhand.
Yeah, I think that was just kind of a desperation beam. Rin noting that like they had decisively lost this team fight engagement in large part due to Kyrios on this Trevenant just pushing them absolutely around, and they just wanted to try and get some damage on something. Nudo getting some value here while all that was happening, though. They secured one of the buff Pokemon in the center from Blackhand's side, and they got an Eos energy deposit in the top path to work towards their attack weight stacks.
Right now, Rotom heading down towards this top path goal. Nudo is here to defend against this, and hopefully they can get some big KOs here. They definitely need them. Nice pickup on the Dragonite right there. However, we do have Blissey going down for IX Gaming. We're continuing to fight here. Absol into the tree. He's trying his best, and he does take it down. Maybe that's exactly what they needed. Just give him a level advantage. Big 3 KOs for Absol.
Yeah, extra durability provided from that outside point. Definitely useful as well for Absol surviving the onslaught of the Trevenant there out of Blackhand.
Here we go. Jungle Book just continuing to farm up here. Nice little score in the bottom path, just continuing to put points in, stack that attack weight for Overlord, the Lucario here as they're at bees right now, punching them all with a whole bunch of fists.
Yeah, we see our players kind of jockeying for position as we head on into the mid game. We're going to see a respawn timer on that Dreadnought in the bottom path here momentarily. Blackhand having a little bit of a positional advantage as we head on into this mid game objective due to them still having that outside goal zone in the bottom path.
Blackhand also has their level 9 Hoopa. We don't have that yet for IX Gaming. It's in the central area, just getting some experience here. Nice score by Ren here in this top path. They're going to break this top path goal, and it looks like they know that their Hoopa is going to be level 9 in time, and it is. It just ticked over to 9. They're going to be able to use that portal and come down for this big fight here in the bottom path. path.
Yeah, there's the Hoopa portals. Everybody assemble. It's time to team fight.
It's time to team fight. The immortal words of Captain America. Let's team fight. Here we go. Fighting over this Dreadnought, and it looks like Black Hand is just completely pushed out. They didn't get any positioning on this, and it's secured there by the Dragonite Rin from IX Gaming.
Black Hand is wondering, didn't you get the memo? I thought we were team fighting. Absol providing a wonderful distraction there in Black Hand's backline, while the rest of IX Gaming ripped that objective right off the map.
And this is where they needed their Absol to be, a higher level than everyone in the entire match, running behind the enemy lines, getting KOs on their squishier Pokemon, even dealing with their Trevenant here. Absol looking great in this match.
Yeah, we see players contesting these Bs here for valuable experience, while this Rotom in the top path does get started. Blackhand would like to secure this just because then they don't have to push it off their own base, but it's not going to provide that much advantage for them with IX Gaming still having this outside goal on the top.
Yeah, it's great. They don't want it heading their way, but it doesn't really help them too much. That being said, we got Absol scoring some points here in the bottom path, breaking that bottom path goal, maybe looking for another quick sneaky score to increase their damage with their attack weight. Looks like they were pushed out here, and that Rotom heads into the top path.
Love this decision here. They weren't pushed out in the top path. They wore the Rotom down, so it had the smallest cap it could provide while still breaking the goal zone for almost exactly enough there. Those outside goals, valuable in the early game for traversing those Hoopa hyperspace holes, but they can be a bit of a liability in those late game situations as being an easier point for the opposing team to push up onto.
By the way, these bees just spawning right here, but if you were to take a look at that mini-map just a moment ago, you will notice it didn't have a single yellow dot on it. These teams are expertly cleaning up every piece of experience they can find because they know a level lead heading into these final fights is going to be massive here, and this could actually turn into a real fight. They do not have their Trevenant right here, but almost every member of both teams is down here for this fight. We have Absol jumping in right now, everyone heading back to the portals. I think every single member of the team that got damaged got reset in that moment. Absol looking for the big KO on Dragonite, gets it, takes down Hoopa, 4 members down on Blackhand. This was such a huge fight here for IX.
Yeah, this engagement here with Absol is exactly what you are looking to do with this character, and notably, it was an engagement where Trevenant was not present.
Interestingly enough, Blackhand, I think, expertly decided that, look, this one, we're not throwing Unite moves at this. We're not going to lose more than we need to. I think Trevenant moving in here possibly for a score right now, but IX Gaming's just ripping it to shreds. Where were you, Blackhand? They were ready to take it right from you. You weren't even there to fight.
Yeah, there's really great awareness from IX Gaming, like, oh, you're not here, that's cool. The Zapdos is no longer here either.
I love that play from IX Gaming. I mean, way to punish the enemy team for whatever their plan was there. I guess a small score from Trevenant. It just feels like, unfortunately, Kyrios here from Blackhand missed 2 major fights. 2 members, however, down from IX Gaming, and it looks like we're going to get a score right here. This makes the game a lot closer, 320 to 502. This is still anyone's game, Jeff.
Yeah, less than 200 points between these two teams, but it's going to be difficult to get that 182 points into a single goal zone here in the bottom. Have to be very precise with the scores that go in, and it's super difficult to score in their home base without a full team knockout beforehand.
Let's see what they can make happen right here. This would be a nice score from SlashCan. If they were able to get this 25 in, this would be really big for them. And the 13, this is looking really good if they can keep these numbers up, and they do. Wow, this is perfect scoring here from Blackhand. They might actually be able to make this work. Now they need to get some big points on the board. Another 20 right here, but that does break that bottom goal. They need to run towards this center area right here. They have to score in their main base. Pokemon going down from both teams. Lucario's down. Hoopa's down from Blackhand. That's the tree as well. Is there anyone up that can score? I don't think so. They've got Dragonite here, but it's not enough. Being taken down by Nudo. IX Gaming with a great defense.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. They're Blackhand piecing together what they could, but ultimately that goal was low enough that they were never going to be able to get the 183 points they needed into just that one with only 79 remaining on it.
Great first game here from IX Gaming. Maybe it was just a strategy switch up. This is not the IX Gaming that went up against Blackhand in the winners finals. That is for sure. They are playing much better, and they take our first game in this best of 5 series.
Yeah, pretty close game throughout the series, with the big tipping point, I feel like.
Until IX and Blackhand went up against each other in the winners finals, both of them had almost not lost a single match. Blackhand only losing one and IX not dropping a single game.
Yeah, as we see our Dragonairs Tratinis heading into their central areas, while our Lucarios do the run past each other and get their deposits in here, with Kyrios doing the same in the bottom path on their fan pump.
Once again, we are trying to take down this Absol before it can possibly score right now, and this Trevenant is so difficult to deal with early. I mean, its health just keeps coming back, keeps regenerating.
Yeah, you got to remember that Trevenant, not only is it playing Focus Band, not only is it incredibly durable to begin with, but Trevenant's passive is essentially an additional Focus Band. When its health total falls below a certain threshold, it starts automatically recovering things.
Not to mention its Branch Poke recovers its health, and its Horn Leech recovers its health. Look, this Pokemon recovers a lot of health.
Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon for us to see a Trevenant at the end of the game that is the highest damage dealt, taken, and healed, just crushing every metric.
And here we go. The 850 Bs are down. It looks like Absol securing a lot of that, heading in for a big KO right here, trying to take this Trevenant down, but it's a really tough Pokemon to get rid of. However, getting a nice score here while we see the Hoopa heading into the enemy central area right now, trying to stop this Dragonair from getting any more experience. It looks like it's found itself into a fight here as we're watching Absol secure some, and we're watching Lucario score up here in the top path.
We saw Hoopa for IX Gaming getting knocked out trying to invade that central area on Blackhand side, not having any of that shenanigans here, as Elo comes right back and up into the top path to stop OG from depositing that Eos energy into their goal.
A ton of points. They're not able to get him in. Overlord going down, being caught by Rin, the Dragonair here. Rin heading back just to get that shield, get that help, and help clear out these Apomps.
Yep, we see experience going into these Dragonites. The question being, between these two teams, can one or both of these Dragonites hit that final evolution and breakpoint before we eventually get to that Dreadnought objective, as Nudo tries unsuccessfully to dunk Eos Energy through a curse.
Yeah, just constantly tapping that score button. Get in there. I need a stack, but it could not happen.
Yeah, and this is one of the many powers of Trevenant. That constant damage from the curse means that it is not able to make even those small deposits that you would normally make against almost any other character.
Here we go, fighting once again here in this bottom path, getting a nice KO there on Blissey. Can they take down the Trevenant? I don't think they can. In fact, it takes down the Absol, pushing them back right here. We have a Dragonite here from IX Gaming, but they could be going down as well, and they do. Hoopa getting that KO. IX Gaming being pushed back here. Blackhand looking very good.
Yeah, this is an incredible amount of catch-up for Blackhand, a team that was a little bit behind going into this engagement. We see OG there, level 8, cutting it across with that extreme speed as this objective begins to get flipped, even though Jungle Book is not quite level 8 yet.
Here we go. Very, very close. Secured by the Hoopa from IX Gaming. There you go, Retsu. Nice secure right there. We have Lucario coming back in this fight, grabbing some Eos energy. The team just kind of resetting here, making sure they're good to go, heading into the top path, trying to stop this Absol. Oh boy, this Absol is in a tough spot right here, Jeff.
Yeah, I loved the really calm patience from both of IX Gaming supports around that Dreadnought. They're like, oh, you're doing the objective. That's cool. Get it low, pounce. And they were able to take that last set away without the Dragonite being there to Hyper Beam.
Nice secure there from IX Gaming on that top path. Roram, this is a different IX than we saw in the winners bracket right now. They're looking great here, and they are able to break this path before that Rotom goes in.
Yeah, really fantastic here as this Rotom marches in down towards the second goal. We see Ignite moves popping off. IX Gaming smelling blood in the water. They want to take this advantage and push it as far as they can go, getting huge knockouts here on the second goal zone for Blackhand.
Wow, IX Gaming lighting them up right now. Look at this top path goal. The question is, do they break it? They're looking for points. They're saying, we want to put everything in here we can. Absol getting stacked up. And that was such an amazing play, Jeff, because we are above the 5-minute mark, meaning there are no launch pads that will send you down to those goals quickly. It's so difficult to defend in that situation situation for Blackhand, and IX Gaming took advantage of that.
Yeah, almost a 200-point lead for IX Gaming at this point. This is easily the strongest early game we've seen all weekend between two teams.
Yeah, this is incredible right now. IX Gaming dominating this match here. They're just setting themselves up right now for this Dreadnought coming up in 10 seconds right here. We do have both Hoopas ready to bring the team down with their Unite. There's the Unite move here coming in from IX Gaming. Same thing from Blackhand. We've got the stuns, we've got the fists flying in from space, and we've got a lot of damage coming out here on this Dreadnought, secured once again by IX Gaming. There's the Hyper Beam this time.
Yeah, and not only does that objective go their way, but remember, that objective heals and provides shields, meaning that this team fight that was looking kind of close is solidly going in the favor of IX Gaming at this point.
IX Gaming doing some incredible work here. Take a look at this Dragonite. You've got no health, buddy. He's heading back. He's staying safe, it looks like right here. Maybe a possible quick score here from the Blissey. Not able to make it happen. Pika Diff getting KO'd in that central area. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, and one of the things that's really interesting here about the rotations is the fact that IX Gaming has these multiple damage carries with Dragonite and Absol. Absol was simply able to clean up some of those central area Pokemon for them, allowing Dragonite to have more time in that bottom path.
Oh, this is such a frustrating Rotom for so many reasons. I mean, you don't have a tier 2 goal to defend right here. You are just having to fight this thing either near your home base, which is already so stressful, or way pushed out, not near anything that can give you some healing. And IX taking advantage of this situation. Once more, they know they're in the player advantage down here for this fight, and they're trying to get some KOs and some scores in. However, Blackhand pushing him out here. Nice big double KO from the Dragonite.
Yeah, we see that healing from that point is a little bit less, but it is not nothing as Absol tucks tail between its leg and tries to run out here. A 40 and a 50 cap would be huge here in terms of catch-up.
This is big for Blackhand. The score is getting a lot closer, but look, they still have to deal with this Rotom. Like I said, a very frustrating Rotom to deal with. IX Gaming, once again, just trying to put their pedal to the floor, step on it, and press their advantage, but Blackhand was able to push them back this time, and we've got ourselves a Dreadnought coming up here in 15 seconds.
It was really nice of Dragonite and Lucario to come out for Blackhand and help Hoopa finish off that Rotom. I was a little worried it was still going to be fighting that Rotom come next game.
Yeah, it could have been there a long time. Look, it's not the one you want up there. Obviously, you want something that can rip it down pretty fast. And here we have this final Dreadnought fight once again right here. A lot of damage being thrown down. Lucario going down here from IX Gaming. This one looking a little different from last round. 3 members of IX Gaming going down right now.
Yeah, and those respawn timers notably are low enough that these teams are going to be up for another team fight engagement here in about 20 seconds at the Zapdos as Blackhand secures their first Dreadnought of the game.
Let me tell you, the big difference with that fight compared to the last game's fight is the tree was there, and the tree is here. Look at, they're here early. They're ready to go. They're punching the clock. They're letting their boss know, I'm here to work, boss. I'm ready to do this thing. Here comes a big Unite move, but we didn't get a reset there. It looked like from the Trevenant. However, Absol and Lucario going down here for IX Gaming. They're pushing this advantage right now. Blackhand trying to clean this thing up, pushing towards this Hoopa, but it looks like it doesn't matter. That Zapdos is so low that everyone's going to need to focus on it, taken by the Blissey.
Mighty beams from both sides, but no match for a gentle slap from the Blissey as that last hit goes. Blackhand looking to score. Love this teamwork there. Dragonite going, okay, are you going to get here? If you're going to get here, you dunk because you're on literal zero, Trevenant.
Wow, incredible play there from Blackhand. This is the Blackhand that we were seeing earlier. That was a great fight from them. As soon as they caught that Absol and Lucario, they knew they had a massive advantage there. Right now, IX Gaming is going to need to try to figure out a way to come back here. Not impossible, but they are down by a little more than 300 points.
Yeah, just incredibly improbable. Again, they need to not only win a team fight, but they also need to deposit over 310 points into their central goal zone, which is just so difficult to make a push on successfully.
Right now, they are trying to push past this goal almost to get some KOs right here, but it doesn't seem to be working out yet. Absol going down very, very early. Blackhand knows they need to focus down that Absol, and if they do, they might be able to win some big fights right here. 2, 3 members going down here for IX Gaming. Blackhand is going to win this thing unless something crazy happens. Do we have a Unite move on this Hoopa? I think even if we do, there's almost not enough time.
Yeah, as Lucario and Blissey are only going to be back at the 22nd mark. I can only assume that this game is all but over.
Here we go. Rin just trying to do some fighting here. Maybe looking to get that MVP, pad the numbers a little bit, but Blackhand here is going to take game 2. Blackhand looking great in this second game.
Yeah, really fantastic play here from Blackhand. Like I said, their team composition is more than reasonable. They know what they're doing when they show up for those objectives. They give IX Gaming an incredibly hard time.
Here we go. IX Gaming not going to close this one out easily. Blackhand is fighting back here, looking like the Blackhand from earlier right now.
They need to get this Absol over-leveled so it can overcome that incredible defense that characters like Trevden and Blissey have for Blackhand.
Taking a look at both of our Dratinis here, just farming up in that central area. The Lucarios passing each other, as we say, like ships in the night, waving as they go. And we actually might get a big early KO here. Absol putting in some work. Let's see it. There it goes. The gold bars popping up everywhere. Nice early KO for Nudo.
Now, getting knockouts and experience from these wild Pokemon, but something notable here is that Nudo does have all of their Eos energy here, which means they have not gotten any of those valuable attack weight stacks in early, as a Brawl's breaking out in the top path here as well.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to score. The more Eos energy you have, the harder it is to score. That's why you see Pokemon who are using stacking items like an attack weight, Eos cookie, special attack specs. You see them run towards a goal with 3 and 2 Eos energy so that they can quickly and easily score.
Yeah, we see these bees getting ready to spawn at the 850 mark here, as there are 4 members of IX Gaming in this bottom path. Can they push this advantage and get some Eos energy deposits is the question now.
Here we go, looking for a nice KO here. Are they able to get it, or do they have to run? It looks like this Absol is barely making it out just by the skin of its gold teeth right here, and they are able to make it out. No one goes down after that goal siege, even though Blissey got very, very close. So did Absol. A big KO now.
Yeah, that was a big push by Nudo. They're grabbing those berries from behind their base to reset and then quickly popping back over to get the knockout on that Blissey.
Here we go. OG almost KOing Overlord on the goal there, but neither of them go down in that exchange. Just trying to take some of this experience in the center here. Nudo, I'm sure they're thinking, man, I would really love to score, but boy, I have a lot of Eos energy.
Yeah, the more points that you have, the longer it takes for you to deposit all of them. Nudo doing incredibly well in experience, but effectively only playing with 2 items currently, as you then perhaps moving up to the top path to see if they can have more success there when it comes to getting a dunk or 2 in.
Looks like we almost had a little fight here in the center area, but Dragonair able to be pushed back from both teams right now. Absol not able to find purchase on a KO in that central area here. Bees spawning here in 10 seconds, both in the top and bottom path. And then, of course, Dreadnought coming up here in 25 seconds.
Bees about to appear momentarily as we see a couple members of Blackhand rotating to the top path to try and get some experience there. Absol going down almost quickly, but again, escaping by a narrow margin.
Right now, we do not have a Dragonite here for Blackhand. However, we do have one for IX Gaming. They would love to stop this from evolving. Were they able to get that there? It looks like they were able to steal that bit of experience away. Right now, they have a chance to take down this Dreadnought while the other team does not have a Dragonite. It's going to take them longer to charge up their Hyper Beam. Here we go. Let's see if it works. And it does. Taken once again. Blissey securing a lot of objectives here today, and everybody going home through a portal.
Yeah, getting a knockout there on the opposing Dragonite as well. Here is the Unite move to push up onto this point. This Absol getting those much needed attack weight stacks to activate its powerful item here, as we see 2 players brawling in the top path over this Rotom now as well.
Yeah, this Rotom getting dangerously low right here. It could be taken by either one of them. It's a little more difficult for Trevenant. And here we go. Trevenant trying to push it away there, and they do. What an incredible move.
We see players rotating up from IX Gaming along that hyperspace highway there, courtesy of Hoopa, to push this Rotom off easy peasy, while Absol looks for some more knockouts and experience in the bottom path of these wild Pokemon.
Great secure there from Blackhand, but it really didn't do too much against IX Gaming. The earlier Rotoms not as valuable as the later ones, unless you have a massive moment like IX had in the last match where you can push it towards their tier 2 goal.
That big number pop up there for Absol getting that critical hit to secure that objective here. Just see a Unite move onto the Bees here, perhaps hoping to push an advantage and break this top point here.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's just kind of moving back and forth. A little damage here, a little damage there, but nothing big is happening, although Absol was sent up to the top path right now, maybe looking for a big KO. It's a 3-on-2. They're going for the tree right now. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Just like that, it feels like the tree's health is completely back. Can Absol take it down? Really nice sucker punch right there. Here comes a Unite move. They still could not take down that tree. It took everything in their power to do it. While this was all happening, we had a nice score from IX Gaming in the bottom path.
Wow, really dominating performance here from IX so far to start this game again. With that question obviously going to be, can they keep this lead going into the mid to late game, unlike last game where they squandered it?
Very large lead, by the way. Looking at this, 27 points from Blackhand, 250 right now for IX Gaming. Heading down to the bottom path, the Hoopas are bringing everyone here to the beach. That is secured by Blackhand. Lucario with the big secure there, heading deep into enemy territory to get it.
Yeah, and again, when you win that objective, you get heals and shields, which means Blackhand is also winning this team fight very aggressively as well.
Here we go. Blissey just making it out there. Lucario trying to get a KO here. I don't know if Hoopa can make it home, being picked up by the Horn Leech right now. And it looks like, no, they will go down. A nice double KO for the tree.
Yep, we see Blackhand or IX Gaming positioning forward, perhaps thinking about, do they need to defend this goal zone, or can they get up to this Rotom in the top path and send it down towards Blackhand's second goal?
It's going to be tough right now. It's always tough to out-secure a Dragonite, but maybe this Absol's saying, hey, you start attacking that Rotom, I think I'm going to start attacking you. It looks like we have a lot of members of both teams heading up to this top path, just getting ready for a fight here. This Horn Leech pushing it out. Beautiful Hyper Beam, beautiful secure by the Lucario as well. Unite moves coming down. We're at about the 4-minute mark here, Jeff, which means if you don't Unite now, you won't get to until Zapdos, so you better go for it.
Yeah, that Unite move is a very valuable resource in these games, but it's important to remember you got to pull the trigger on it. You can't bring it with you for the next game.
It's something I always forget. Why don't I start my matches with Unite moves? I didn't use it at Zapdos, and here we go right now. IX Gaming going to deal with this Rotom pretty easily, as they're going to continue farming up, getting experience right here, and trying to increase their level lead. Taking a look at it, they're doing pretty well compared to Blackhand level-wise and score-wise.
Yeah, 2 level 13s, almost 3 on the side of IX Emo. There's just a single level 12 for Blackhand. They do have a pretty good spread of levels with everybody at 11, but these damage carry Pokemon especially, they hit larger power spikes at these levels 13, 14, and 15. So being at that point when the opposing team is not is a very large advantage going into the final engagement around Zapdos.
Interestingly enough here, we've got this Dreadnought coming up, and we have members of both teams that would like it, and it looks like Blackhand is trying to make a full-on assault towards it, but here comes the Absol through the backside, trying to pick up some big KOs here, and they do. This is exactly what they wanted their Absol to do right there. Also still securing the Dreadnought. Big win for IX Gaming.
Did I say there were multiple level 13s for IX Gaming? I'm sorry, I misspoke. We now have multiple level 14s for IX Gaming without a single level 13 on the side of Blackhand again here. This is certainly IX Gaming's game to lose as we head on into the final stretch here in just 15 seconds.
IX Gaming playing extremely well. We're going to have to see what Blackhand wants to do right here. They know that IX Gaming is not afraid to rip down this Zapdos, so they're going to need to get into this pit. However, they are being held at each point by IX Gaming, and here we go. A lot of damage coming down on the Zapdos right now, and it's a full-on flip. Who can get it? Absol secures it here for IX Gaming. Let's go. IX Gaming running in to score some points right now, while they're also trying to stop Blackhand from counter-scoring.
Yeah, and we saw there, I kind of like this decision from Blackhand. I know it didn't work out in their favor, but they kind of recognized the fact, hey, we are outmatched and we are not going to win a team fight. Our best chance to take this game is to jump in here and try and pull this objective off the board. They were unsuccessful, but I think they played to their outs quite well in that position.
I would say I think Blackhand has got to be a little surprised with the IX Gaming that they are fighting in these matches. I mean, they really beat them earlier, and IX Gaming is playing extremely well in these grand finals. I recognize now, of course, though, $20,000 is on the line for the winning team.
Yeah, big incentive, those extra dollars. So many monocles you can buy to wear to that World Championships in August, where both of these fantastic teams will be competing. We've kind of hit that insurmountable point in that last-minute stretch here. IX Gaming up by almost 700 points here. Blackhand gonna need to knock everybody out, deposit all the 50s, and then come back again and deposit some more, finding some time to clear wild Pokemon in the middle.
They've got heart, Jeff. They are not giving up. They want to show IX that they can still fight this thing out. What if they get a massive KO here? But no, Dragonite does go down to this Absol. The level difference is just too big. IX Gaming fighting on their goal zone, fully wiping Blackhand. Looking pretty good doing it.
IX Gaming says you may have heart, but you might want to head on back to the Pokemon Center and figure out exactly what you're going to do with it, because you're not doing Siege and our goal here.
IX Gaming right now is up a game. If they win one more, they take this bracket. That means this bracket will then reset. They've got to do it all again, but Blackhand's got to be a little worried right now. You're possibly watching $10,000 slip through your fingers.
Yeah, love the Marine running up the score there at the end, getting that extra 100 points and then locking that MVP title for themselves. 930 to 197 here in this game 3. Aegislash is capable of being a lot more durable than Lucario when it wants to be with that shield mode.
Yeah, being able to move into that wide guard and basically stop Absol from getting a big KO on it, that could be the difference maker here. I wonder if we'll see a change from Blissey or not as well. Maybe we're going to have two big shields.
Yeah, we'll see, but it'll be interesting to see what moves these characters select when they hit those important breakpoints. Brawl breaking out here in the bottom path over these wild Pokemon, but no knockouts going in either direction this time around.
Looks like some scores happening in the top path to be expected right now. Aegislash going down early. It definitely does not brawl as well with Lucario as some, but of course, once it becomes Aegislash, it's pretty dang powerful. Hey, a Pokemon fun fact from Rin, Pokemon Silver, the first game they ever played.
Definitely one of the best of the originals, and you can tell I'm saying that because it was one of my first I ever played as well. We head on into the 850Bs here with Extreme Speed Lucario just cutting through them quickly, but Blissey stealing one out of there.
Blissey all alone in this top path, and the Pokemon in the bottom path getting cleaned up by Absol right now. IX Gaming looking good, looking hungry. They want that 20K.
Yeah, they know they need to win this match, and then they need to be calm and win a whole nother set here, but they got to start with this one.
Here we go in this bottom path right here. Absol has been tearing them up, not able to score yet and stack that attack weight, but looks like they are sending Absol to this top path right here. And oh boy, Sword, you better watch out, because here comes the Absol. Ooh, they noticed the Dragonite though, I think. That Dragonair hiding in the bush, and now we have a little bit of a fight. Absol coming in with a pincer attack right now, but they're moving on to the Hoopa.
Yeah, we saw, I don't know if you caught that, Slashcan is still playing the healing eggs, but Pikadiff is actually providing the unstoppable shields for IX Gaming this game.
Really? This is getting pretty interesting. Oh, wow. And we are hiding once again. We saw this play earlier, knowing that this central area is going to come back up in about 10-15 seconds or so. Absol just looking to take the experience from this Dragonair.
Yeah, and this is really important. You know, one of the key things about that first engagement here is you see Rin on IX Gaming already Dragonite at level 8, while Blackhand's Jungle Book is only level 6 here.
Here we go. We've got ourselves this Dragonite. They're ready for this Dreadnought. And right now, oh, here comes Absol trying to stop this Dragonair from evolving. This is a big moment right here. This is not only going to possibly stop it, you could possibly get a KO. And either way, it's not going to be present for this Dreadnought fight right here, and it needs to be.
Nudo expertly securing the last hit on that wild Pokemon there, taking the experience away. Here, the Trevenant here doing what they can to buy time, but ultimately Dragonite getting to dance away from them.
Pikadiff trying to get home there through the hyperspace hole, but getting knocked out by the Egg Bomb.
Ooh!
to secure just slightly too early on that hyper beam.
Yeah, that beam, you saw it. It put it down to just the smallest slivers of life on that objective with the curse from Kyrios coming on in to clean it up. This objective experience is exactly what Aegislash needs in the top path to catch up to this Lucario.
Look how quickly things change. Boy, it felt like that move from IX Gaming to take the experience in the center there was perfect. They just weren't able to get the secure.
Yeah, we see this Rotom now marching in towards this goal zone. If they can get a push here and get some dunks, they want to kind of tie up this early score as Jungle Book uses their Unite move to push in even further.
And here we go, Absol with the Unite move coming right back, but it looks like they might be going down right here. Sword heading into shield mode so that they can hopefully stay alive as this Lucario E-speeds to the entire team, takes down the Sword, but gets KO'd for their trouble.
Yeah, we see huge brawl breaking out here. Nudo just kind of fading in and out this fight. Look at this low life total with no fear, knowing they can get in, out, and all around if they play this correctly.
And here they go, grabbing that berry, dodging around the hyper beam right there. I mean, Matrix style, just missing those hyper beams. Incredible work from that Absol. Rin getting caught here. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out. He sure would like to, but no, he cannot get home.
Love the Unite move from Overlord there. Like, this Dragonite is a higher level than me. I need this experience in securing it up there with that big hit.
Aegislash also feels like it has a really nice recharge on its Unite move. It gets it a little bit faster than a lot of Pokemon, and it does spend quite a bit of time ripping through wild Pokemon as well, charging that Unite move. So I love that play also. I always want to KO the bigger experienced Pokemon if I can.
Okay, Blackhand's Hoopa has ticked across the level 9 mark here just in time for this Dreadnought to spawn in the bottom path. We're at that big fight at that 4-minute and 30-second marker, so where basically everyone that has a Unite move ready to go is going to be firing it off here at this objective.
And here we go. The Unite move's coming out, and immediately that Dreadnought going down. They weren't able to secure it from Blackhand. It was the Hoopa from IX Gaming with the big secure. Felt like maybe that Bliss Unite was just a little premature because our Hyper Beam wasn't ready to go.
Man, Aegislash has just been getting deleted every time we've seen it today against these Dragonites.
Yeah, it's just incredible. The damage from that Hyper Beam is amazing, and the thing you have to remember about Aegislash is it's actually a pretty tanky Pokemon until it's in Blade form, and then it is very frail, and these Hyper Beams just send it to the Pokemon Center.
Yep, we see them pushing in there while Nudo is clearing wild Pokemon here in the top path, kind of pushing in and out and all around with a knockout going over to IX Gaming and now back to Blackhand with the Hoopas going down.
This fight is just still going on. It feels like it hasn't stopped since that Dreadnought. They won't stop fighting. Maybe this Hyper Beam will finally put an end to it. Doesn't look like it though. Jungle Book coming back here, getting taken out by Hyper Beam themselves. That's 2 KOs for Rin, pushing forward. Big 3 KOs. Let's go.
20-point overdunk here in the bottom, extending IX Gaming's lead to 177 to just 6 points for Blackhand. And this 6 points isn't just the point differential, but it also means that Blackhand has not been getting any stacks on their stacking items.
Wow, I mean, I know this is crazy to say, but throughout all the chaos and all the battling in this match, I didn't even notice that Blackhand hasn't really put any points on the board. I mean, they have held them back from scoring anything. There's nothing.
I have to say, I do appreciate IX Gaming kind of bringing Spraggles down from his thunder on these double stacking items, because they do have a real risk, as we've seen here. If you're not able to get the Eos energy in, you're effectively playing without used item slots.
So true, and it hurts my heart very much. Very, very true here, and they're able to shut them down, and then those items are a lot worse than having a Focus Band or a Buddy Bear or something like that. Big fight at this Dreadnought. I don't know if anyone was hitting the Dreadnought, but we sure were getting a lot of KOs here. Blackhand cleaning it up. A big 3 KO in this bottom path.
Is this the start of a pushback here? They are getting on the scoreboard and getting a couple of stacks in for Overlord. The score is close, and we are ripping this center objective off the map.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. We've got the very early Unite move here from the Hoopa, but I wonder if they're just trying to catch this Dragonite, using the Unite move to jump on the other side of the enemy team right here. And here we go. Here's the big fight. We have 2, 3 down from IX Gaming. The Sword is ripping them to pieces. I don't know if this Dragonite's going to be able to fight him back. back right here. They're chasing it down right now. Massive hyper beam as they're following Rin out of this Zapdos pit. It gets a big hyper beam of themselves, but they could not stop Black Hand right now, and they are in a position to take this Zapdos. Only one Pokemon from IX Gaming is here to stop them. That's Lucario. Hoopa now coming in, though. They might be able to stop this flip right here.
What a disaster!
Oh my gosh, how?
That was definitely felt like Black Hand's game to lose, and they have chose the not favorable option, it would seem.
Oh, Blissey, how do you do this? How do you do this every time? What is it with the eggs? What is it with the Unite? Who made you this way, Blissey?
Blissey's supposed to be this friendly, helpful Pokemon, and then it just goes bowling across the map with its Unite move, knocking everything, including objectives, out of the way at its pleasure.
I'll tell you, Dragonite looks pretty nice, but it stole my bell. And Blissey looks pretty nice, but I think it stole this match. IX Gaming right now is way ahead right here. We might be heading to a bracket reset. Like I said earlier, they want to be the best team in North America. That means you got to beat the best. They lost to Black Hand earlier, but right now it looks like they are the dominant team.
Yeah, and I mean, Black Hand had a really good team fight in this end game here with a little bit of bad fortune with that Blissey bowling on it across. They're going to give it their all here, but they are down almost 400 points here, and I can't imagine this brawl with all of these Space Fists is going to break in their favor.
They're trying their best right now, but IX Gaming is defending on their goal, and they're also, you know, incredibly strong players and Pokemon right here. We do have Blissey going down right now. Absol cleaning this thing up. I think everyone on IX Gaming looking for that MVP right here, but there's no question who it is. It's the Blissey.
Yeah, Blissey, the reason that that game went over to IX with their teammate, letting them bowl on through everyone, including the objective there at the end.
Bracket reset, regional finals, the two best teams in North America going head-to-head right now. Black Hand, your purple team, IX Gaming, your orange team.
We see that Zarina in the top path here, clearing through all of those A-Poms, lickety-split, as they go to contest this center crab and ultimately lose it to OG here. But now we kind of go about the peace treaty these top path characters tend to have, where they both get their dunks in and get those attack weight stacks building up here.
It looks like we're able to get two here from OG, and I don't know if we were able to get two from Zarina. Yes, Zarina got theirs in as well. Now we see the little Dratini here. I mean, you're looking adorable with that training gear on, but it didn't scare Lucario too much. Just headed back to their goal. Got to clean up this A-Palm.
Well, Lucario's not necessarily afraid and does still hit its level 5. That Dratini did secure the last hit on that monkey on the left side there, which was valuable for hitting its break point. As we see folks rotating top to bottom here, leaving Zarina and a Blissey in the top path.
Oh, this is a really interesting move here. So they just completely gave up this top path here from Black Hand, letting IX Gaming take it right here. I don't know if this is going to be the right play or not. Absol getting to score, Lucario getting to score, Dragonair getting to score. This is an interesting play here from Black Hand.
I actually really like this from Black Hand side. So they notably observed that the Lucario was level 5, which meant that it had that really important extreme speed power up, which meant that it's so hard to contest bees from an extreme speed Lucario. So why even try that hard? Leave your Blissey there to try and steal a hit and send everybody else to the bottom path where they're more likely to gain some value. And we see Kyrios here, level 6 already, using that value to good effect.
This is really interesting. I mean, there was a wild fight there in the central area with Hoopa and Lucario sort of invading, trying to take some experience off. And now we're down here in the bottom path. Big KO here for Overlord. And this is what we talked about with the Serena. Here come the stomps. These boots are made for stomping, and these boots are made for stacking, continuing to stack that attack weight in the bottom path. Top goal is gone. It's gone, Jeff.
Yeah, breaking this top goal this early is not free. You see these Audinos being contested here in the top path for Black Hand. They lose a little bit of map control, but they gain this safer wild Pokemon that's more difficult for IX Gaming to contest in the way back.
This is really interesting because if you look at different places on the map, you would think each team was winning for different reasons. I mean, it looks like IX is completely stomped stomping the top path here. But in that bottom path, Serena is literally stomping the competition right here for Blackhand. We're going to have to see which strategy pays off with a big KO on the tree.
Talking about scoreboards and things to observe here, you'll note that the only level 8 in this game right now, well, now there are a couple, but the first level 8 was Serena for Blackhand. So in terms of experience overall, Blackhand is not doing terribly poorly here.
And here we go, IX Gaming with a big Hyper Beam, and this is just the difference between having a Dragonite and not having a Dragonite. It's so tough to secure when you're going up against a Dragonite and you're still a Dragonair. IX Gaming used that to their advantage, just ripping that Dreadnought down. And of course they want to push this Rotom if they can. I mean, they're already pushing this tier 2 goal.
Yeah, I really love this awareness from Nudo being like, oh, I'm probably not going to finish clearing this Rotom before the opposing team gets here, so let's like back off, get a berry for some health, and then no one shows up, so we have the all clear to take it off the map before Dragonite gets there.
And here we go. This is now pushing towards this top path goal, but Blackhand has 4 members actually ready to defend right here. The question is this going to be a fight? We've got a Unite move here from Absol that they can use at any moment to really change the tide.
We have Unite moves from Dragonites as well, and this is one of those key pushes. 6 minutes on the clock means there's no launch pad here, but this could be a point like we saw in other games. Yes, Blackhand is getting a bunch of knockouts here and catching back up because of this push.
I love this play by IX Gaming, but boy, they got shut down by Blackhand right here. Big KOs, and that's going to put them right back in this game, a game that IX seemed to be winning pretty handily.
Yeah, IX was ahead on levels after that first Dreadnought, but that failed push there meant Blackhand hit the first level 10s in this game, and Blackhand was able to push up and break the outer goal zone for IX in this bottom path, meaning they're going to have a positional advantage at the second Dreadnought here momentarily.
Taking a look at our minimap here, you can see that Absol is once again in the enemy central area, playing a little bit like a Greedent that is hungry for KOs, looking to possibly get a score in here. You know, 20 points isn't too much, and you can score pretty quickly, but then again, you went out a little too early, buddy. They're going to find you, and they're going to punish you for this one.
Yeah, and it's important to know, like, we see where everybody is on the map from our spectator view, but IX Gaming doesn't have that same privilege there with the Absol, the huge team fight breaking out here.
Yeah, huge team fight in the bottom path. The Absol was being sneaky. They didn't know it was there for a moment. Here we have the fight, and it looks like we're actually having a bit of a fight over the team fight rather than a fight for that objective in that moment there, Jeff.
Yeah, and it looks like Blackhand is going to end up securing that objective since they also had a Dragonite this game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe I missaw it. Is the Trevenant playing Pain Split this game?
Oh, no. Is that what happened?
I think I saw a Pain Split attached to a character. I'm going to be interested to see the Trevenant in this next engage if it pushes people around. It's like, I swear I saw that line that represents a Pain Split.
You are 100% right. I don't know if this was intentional or a misclick. It's definitely not a move that has no value, but the Horn Leech giving you the ability to move the enemy team around and heal yourself much more than Pain Split. It really feels like that might have been a mistake.
Yeah, Pain Split, a move for those not familiar. It links the Trevenant with an opposing enemy Pokemon, and then as the name implies, sends some damage from the Trevenant back to that opponent, giving you good survivability, especially into things like Hyper Beam. So perhaps this is something they are trying as a way to counteract this Dragonite.
I would love it if this was really the strategy right here. Again, you know, sometimes when you're in the heat of a battle, you might accidentally misclick something. So I'm not sure what happened there, but boy, this Absol, Goodbye, Absol. Wow.
You know what happened to that Absol? A Unite move from this Zarina there. You had that 3-minute and 20-second mark, kind of a last hurrah for Zarina to get those in, and she is level 14. Good golly, Spriggles. Why did Blackhand bench this character?
I really am not sure, but man, it's paying dividends right now. I can't wait to see if this Trevenant was the call here, if this Pain Split really makes a difference as well. But without question, I'll tell you one difference maker is this Zarina. This Pokemon is just going crazy in this match.
Yeah, that is definitely a Pain Split from that Trevenant in that engagement. You're going to give it more survivability while removing its ability to push people around a little bit. Going to be really curious to see the total metrics on the Trevenant at the stat screen this game.
Maybe they just want to put it on the Absol and say, look, if you're coming in here dealing a ton of damage, you're going to KO yourself, buddy.
Yeah, we see this Dreadnought going to Blackhand for free, and there is still 30 seconds until Zapdos, so they have plenty of time to get positioning in the pit where a fight is breaking out with Zarina and this Dragonite, while there's also a brawl in the top path.
Wow, I mean, we've got a lot of fighting going on. Zapdos is up here in 20. It looks like Blackhand is getting some pretty good positioning right here. I don't think there's going to be enough time to fight over this Rotom, and no team is really spending any time near it here. Interestingly enough, IX Gaming has 3 members up in the top bush near Blackhand's goal.
So Blackhand has the point lead here, but it's not a huge one as Rin jumps in. Are we starting an objective rip here?
Let's take a look. Big Unite move from the Absol right here. A lot of damage being thrown down to the Zapdos here. We got Egg Bombs, we got Hyper Beams, and there we go. We've got a big secure for Blackhand. The Dragonite able to take that one down.
Not only securing the Zapdos, but also securing 1, 2, 3 knockouts onto IX Gaming here, while everyone except for the Dragonite on Blackhand is running in to deposit their Eos energy here.
Wow, huge play here for Blackhand. I think this arena was exactly what they needed to deal with IX Gaming. Not only that, but maybe the Pain Split was a choice. Maybe they had a plan here and it worked.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, if Pain Split was ever going to be good against characters like Absol and Dragonite that deal large bursts of damage in quick shot, that's where it's theoretically at its best.
Here we go, just trying to take this Hoopa down. They do not want them to go home right now. The score it's pretty insurmountable, especially with Absol going down right here, and now Overlord running in to score another 100 in their base. I don't think they're gonna let it happen though.
Yeah, I like this play from Overlord. You're like, okay, fine, you're gonna come home and you're gonna stop me from dunking this 100. That means you have 1 less person to push up on our bottom goal zone that you're already incredibly unlikely to be successful into.
Wow, and here you go, just doing insane amounts of damage here. Dragonite with some big KOs on the other side of the map means that IX Gaming cannot come back from this one. Blackhand with the win, and now it's just time to dance. Sometimes it's time to dance.
Sometimes it is, in fact, a footloose situation. You gotta dance even if IX Gaming does not want you to here, as they just won't let the Radish lady dance.
Here we go, 10 seconds left before Blackhand takes our first game of this series. Well, IX Gaming, it looks like you figured out Blackhand, but I don't know. I don't know if you figured out this new composition they're throwing at you.
Yeah, big change up in not only the top path character, but also move selection on the Trevenant here, if that's something they want to do. Final score, 590 to 206.
You would blow my mind if that Pain Split was the choice, but maybe it is. I mean, we're finding these top players making plays that you wouldn't expect all the time, and then all of a sudden everyone talks about it as if, oh yeah, that was always the meta. We always knew this.
Speaking of always the meta and things that we may or may not have always known here, Lucario going into the bottom path for Blackhand with that solo Trevenant top, similar to what we saw from Nouns Esports in the EU bracket earlier today.
This is really interesting to see right here. Yeah, I guess I didn't even think that we would be switching that up right now, but of course we are. Almost getting a nice KO there on Pika Diff. The Chansey there for IX Gaming, but not quite able to do it.
Curio's backing out there, staying alive on the back of their focus band and their passive here. Can the Lucario get out is the question. It's passive, giving a little bit of extra movement speed and a shield there, allowing it to escape its failed invasion of Blackhand Central area.
Blackhand just taking this Corphish right now, getting as close as they can to evolving and becoming that Trevenant. Right now, there's still a little Phantom. And here we have the Hoopa from IX Gaming coming up to the top path for this fight.
Yep, we see these bees quickly getting deleted on the back of the extreme speed from OG here. Are they going to get some knockouts here? It's going to be close. Huge stun from the Hoopa. And yes, 1 goes down. Can the Phantom get to this berry? It's pushed into it courtesy of the Meteor Mash.
It looks like we're going to get some stacks in here as well. The question is, do they continue fighting? Do they take down this Trevenant right here? Do they leave it there at the goal as they continue scoring on it?
And we see Trevenant hitting that curse status at level 7. It will get its second attack upgrade, and we'll find out, is Pain Split the choice yet again?
The big question of the day, it still lingers here, and now we're taking a look at this fight in the bottom path. Absol just trying to get a KO here on Overlord. Can they do it? They are chasing them down. I think I might have seen a safeguard.
That was a power-up punch for sure from the Lucario. Going to definitely want to keep a close eye on whether or not this Blissey is providing some healing eggs or safeguarding. That is a healing egg there for Blissey, would appear.
I think I saw it on IX Gaming, actually. I saw it.
Pika Diff had been flexing into the safeguard earlier in their matches as well.
Well, then I noticed nothing. Here we go, up in this top path. We've got another 15 seconds until Bees right now. A nice score there. And we actually got a KO here in the central area on that Absol.
Now, notably here, IX Gaming does have their Dragonite at level 8, and Blackhand is still only at level 7. If they can get a successful push here, it would be a big deal. But Junglebook's only 7.5 here. They need several more pieces of wild Pokemon to hit that Hyper Beam status before this objective.
Ooh, boy, big moves here for IX Gaming as they push them away from these wild Pokemon. They take down the Lucario right there. Another big Hyper Beam, and we got a double KO here for Rin. Level 9 for this Dreadnought.
Yeah, Rin is not only the first Dragonite in the game, but they're level 9 before Blackhand can even get to 8 on their Dragonite, and this objective is going bye-bye very quickly.
And you can see Blackhand not even really trying to defend here. They've got 3 Pokemon top. They said, all right, we're going to take this Rotom. No chance there at that Dreadnought. We're going to let that push towards their goal zone.
Validation for Spraggles here as the Horn Leech pushes that Rotom all the way around on this Trevenant. And all I have to say is if Blackhand doesn't manage to win this second game, it could be the Zarina versus Lucario difference, but it could also be the Pain Split versus Horn Leech difference.
I don't think they'll ever come to that conclusion, Jeff, but you're right. I mean, that could be the difference maker. I'll tell you that Zarina was looking great in that last game, but of course this Lucario, that's not doing too bad either. However, they are pretty under-leveled compared to their counterpart right now.
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's interesting when you think about counterparts in this game, right? So there's Lucarios on both teams, but one Lucario played top path while Overlord played the bottom path here.
That was a sneaky little move there from Overlord, really letting that Absol do some work. You could imagine the Slashkins thinking, are you coming in? Are we fighting now? When are you going to show that you're here? But no, an incredible play there, letting it use all its moves and then taking down Absol.
And we see that power-up punch being utilized for that mobility there, not just hitting hard, but also giving you that bit of a dash on this character.
Here we go, just cleaning up some experience here on both sides. We've got a Dreadnought coming up soon, but right now these teams are just finding any experience they can and trying to get as high of level as possible so that they have their Unite moves for this next big fight. Unite move coming out right now, actually. I don't know if Rin used that to fight or to live, but either way it didn't work. Overlord now running back onto this goal. Absol picking up a KO on the Dragonite.
Something really noteworthy here. IX Gaming got that first Dreadnought, but Elo on Blackhand actually being the first Hoopa to level 9, with IX Gaming just ticking it here, so both of them going to have this important ability for this Dreadnought fight.
Pikachu just standing here. It took them a moment to KO them. I wonder if they wanted to take some time so that it was not present at this big fight right here. And now here we have this Dreadnought fight. Unite's coming from everywhere. There's that Horn Leech just pushing away the Dragonite, but it wasn't able to push away the Absol. Nudo securing that for Team IX Gaming.
And you got to be pleased with that exchange if you're on IX. Your Dragonite getting pushed out is not what you want to see there, so Absol being able to pick up the slack there is fantastic.
And there we have the first goal of the match being broken, the bottom path goal here for Blackhand. IX Gaming now ahead on the scoreboard 157 to 94. Just checking in with our buddy Doobsnacks, making sure that jacket is looking fine, my friend. My jacket, if it doesn't see Doobsnacks' jacket often enough, it gets lonely, so they had to see each other for a moment there. Here we are back up in this top path.
They see a brawl breaking out here over this round, notably right at about that 4-minute mark. So last opportunity to get these Unite moves in before they can't be used until the Zapdos happens. And this Rotom pushing over at IX Gaming's goal, but IX Gaming pushing up on Blackhands all the same.
And here we go. Look at this. Rin trying to get out of here. This is a tough fight for IX Gaming right here. They were pushing their advantage, but they weren't able to secure this Rotom. They're just going to have to push it off goal and fight.
Yeah, and we see that score lead still going over to IX here. This pushing from Blackhand, perhaps biting off a little bit more than they can chew, with Rin having an almost 3-level difference over the Dragonite on Blackhand.
Wow. However, the Dragonite able to get a KO, but getting taken down by Rin.
Yeah, we see a pretty big level differential between these two teams. IX Gaming getting both of those first 2 Dreadnoughts here, and them having a level 14 Dragonite at the 3-minute mark here is huge.
And here we go. Dreadnought coming up in 15 seconds. This is the last Dreadnought, but there's plenty of time before Zapdos, so this could be a pretty good opportunity for these teams to fight, especially if you're behind in experience. It would really be nice to pick this one up here. However, it looks like Blackhand is not in a position to fight for this one. We almost have a level 15 Dragonite right now, and we might actually get it soon.
There aren't any level 13s for Blackhand yet, and there are 3 characters at 13 plus for IX. I mean, if Blackhand doesn't get their experience up soon, they're going to have a really hard time here, as they have a mostly failed push in this top path while that Dreadnought was taking place.
Luckily, they are able to get out of that situation, not really pay too much for it, but yeah, not able to do too much there either. IX Gaming ahead on the scoreboard right now, and these teams are all in an interesting spot right here as IX Gaming is positioning themselves around this Zapdos here.
This tree is going to jump in and get a face full of enemies as Curios tries to survive here. Overlord coming in to get some help. Big Unite move, but this objective is going down very quickly in the middle of this team fight.
Here we go. 2 Hyper Beams coming down, but it's secured actually by the Hoopa from IX Gaming. IX taking that, running to put some points on the board here. They've been ahead all match, and now they're really going to put some points on the board and get way, way ahead.
Yeah, not only are they getting ahead in scores, but they took 3 members of Blackhand down when they executed that. Retsu getting the dunk in and getting that escape portal out right in the nick of time. They are up by almost 500 points here, almost assuredly an insurmountable number for Blackhand in the last minute of this game.
So, Jeff, do we see this arena now? I mean, I know this match isn't over. This is going to be tough, and they're going to fight back right here. They're going to do everything they can. But is this Lucario the right pick for them into this team?
I don't know. I was astounded that Zarina was benched again for this game, and I was surprised when they got rid of it, so I would be surprised if they don't pick it again, but it feels like anything could happen here the way these teams are selecting their loadouts.
Here we go, just trying to get out of there. They're putting a lot of damage down onto this Blissey right here. At this point, it looks like everyone's just fighting a little bit. 2 members of Blackhand down, so I don't think this match can really come back in any shape for Blackhand. IX Gaming taking game 2.
Yeah, Rin just practicing their micro here, running up the score a little bit. They broke 100K on Dragonite earlier today. I'm sure they'd love to do that again here for our stats screen.
Here we go, looking to secure that MVP. We're fighting. Everybody wants to get their points in. Everyone wants their damage numbers to go up, up, up. Let's see what they can do. Big close combat here. No more points being put into the goals, however. Looks like we're getting a KO. Lucario's going down. Ooh, Lucario almost going down to the Hyper Beam from Rin. Time's up. It's enough fighting. Hey, hey, hey. Break it.
Cut it out. The bell rang. I've got one because Spraggles does not. As we head on into the end score screen here with IX Gaming having a dominating 685 to 198 for Blackhand.
We see Overlord on the Zarina heading up into the top path.
Yep, we see them knocking out all these monkeys with the Dragonites in their central areas as these 3 on each side break out a brawl in the bottom path here.
Secured there by the Absol, I believe. Or no, it looks like that was secured there by the Blissey Pikadiff in the bottom path right now. And they're just scoring and stacking as best they can.
We see Phantom here for Blackhand getting 2 stacks in here right off the bat as well. It's definitely above average for playing in this bottom path. They missed the last hit here, but big damage. Can they get Pikadiff is the question. Narrowly escapes here.
Wow, that was extremely aggressive. And they almost got a big double KO in that bottom path. That Trevenant is just tough to deal with.
Looks like Overlord was knocked out in the top path on the Zarina. However, that's not really a big deal. You expect to be behind in situations like this in the early game with OG, notably taking power-up punch here.
All right, here we go, getting ready for this fight in the bottom path. Rin down here, normally we'd seen them in the top, but both Dragonairs coming to this bottom path. Absol going down, but can they pay for it? Let's see. Oh, they're trying to get Jungle Book right here. They're trying to get this KO, but no. Every member of Blackhand escapes right now, and now it is in trouble.
This is close. Rin narrowly escaping. There's the safeguard to protect the Jungle Book. Overextended this time and not able to escape a second time through as 2 members members of Black Hand go down in this early brawl.
Wow, I mean, it felt like Black Hand really got away with something there, but they re-engaged, and now this Lucario going down right here, and we've got a score here from Black Hand.
Yeah, this level 6 for Zarina before second bees comes up, this is huge. The power spike that Zarina gets with her final evolution at 6 is incredible. Unlocking that Queen's Majesty buff to allow her big bursts of damage with double stomps is just not matched by anything else this early in the game.
Jungle Book down here in the bottom path once again, just pushing forward, trying to get a KO on this Hoopa. So very close, but they're not able to get it.
And we see Overlord here actually over-leveled on Lucario in this top path, which is exactly where you want to be. Zarina is a character you expect to be underperforming against Lucario to start, and anytime you are ahead to begin with is a huge win for the early game.
We've got bees coming down here in just about 4 seconds. Overlord ready to jump in and jump on those bees, as well as that Dragonite trying to put some damage down here, but there's the Hyper Beam. Goodbye, Zarina.
Yeah, Black Hand struggling to consistently get their Dragonite to Dragonite status for this first Dreadnought, as we see yet again, Rin is almost level 9 as these 7-minute objectives are spawning, and Black Hand is just not even present with their center path character.
Here we go, looking for a possible steal with the egg, but it doesn't even look like that can happen. An easy secure for IX Gaming. Black Hand just left it. They knew they couldn't take it.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's the correct play. When they have a Dragonite and you don't, you really just don't stand much of a chance here. As Jungle Book thinks about trying to get a score in, but ultimately IX able to push that out.
And let's see, nice little Horn Leech. Let's go. That's not a pain split, baby. Moving them around. It looks like they're going to score in this goal. Just getting a few points in first, 5, and then a 30.
Yep, nice 29-point over here, giving IX Gaming some of that catch-up experience in the top path, but Black Hand doing pretty reasonable on levels overall despite that. I guess Sans Blissey here is barely level 6 now.
Yeah, oh boy, Blissey, you don't want to see that Absol. I mean, it's pretty mean, especially when it's one-on-one. It's already level 9 right here. It looks like, I don't know if these two saw each other or they both just kind of know that they're hanging out in this tall grass. Here we have Curios fighting both Dragonite and Absol right here, looking to grab a berry, but I think that was actually grabbed by the Absol right now, looking for a big KO. He's trying to put this trio just so tough, and there it goes.
That big triple push there. Nudo unable to score because it would have exactly broken that point, and they wanted to get the bigger overcap with the 40 from the Dragonite in that moment.
Here we go, heading down to this bottom path here. We've got Overlord. Looks like they're trying to possibly get out of a bad situation here, but being healed up by the Blissey. And now we have Nudo looking for a score here, but hey, Trevenant's here. Says go away. Stop,
30 seconds until this Dreadnought number 2 spawns, and both Hoopas are level 9, which means we are almost assuredly going to see these teams clash in this bottom path engagement here.
Looks like everyone's just looking for a piece of experience right now. Absol and Zarina seeing each other in that central area. I don't know if they want to fight knowing that they could easily get portaled down, but look at this. We actually have Hoopa up here in the top path. This is very interesting.
Yeah, Hoopa perhaps looking to get a push in a different direction as all of IX Gaming condenses in on this objective and gets it very cleanly. I have to wonder what Black Hand's Hoopa was doing in that moment as it now shows up late to the bottom path.
Yeah, I guess I'm very confused by that as well, although they are bringing the team down now for this fight. Maybe they thought they couldn't win at this Dreadnought, but they wanted to win this big repush, which is happening a little bit. A couple big KOs right there for the Dragonite, but I gotta say, that's a confusing one, Jeff.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference here looking at these central area characters. You know, Dragonite for IX Gaming at level 13 here, while only level 11 on the side of Black Hand.
Here we go. This Absol looking for a KO after using that Unite move. Is it going to be able to get him before they get home? Taken down by the Hyper Beam. Goodbye.
What a perfect escape there for the Dragonite. Getting the knockout and getting out as there's a Hoopa Unite for IX Gaming to push in on this bottom point while the Rotom walks to the top. And everybody filing in through this hyperspace portal didn't realize they were walking into a car accident.
Oh boy, this is not good for Black Hand right here. Big KOs. They're going to break this point. They're looking to score score here on this tier 2, but they do have a jump pad. They can land right on their heads, and that would be the plan right here. Absol getting the points in right before that was possible. A nice big 43 for IX Gaming.
Curio's picking up a bunch of people all aboard the Trevenant Pain Train and running them all the way back down. Nudo making an escape here, and IX Gaming not getting punished for overextending there a little bit.
No, that was a great fight for IX Gaming. Might have been a slightly late Hoopa Unite move. It's probably going to need to get some wild Pokemon KOs and farm that up, but that was a really nice play from IX.
Yeah, well, you see this third Dreadnought of the game getting ready to spawn here in about 15 seconds, which means it's going to have about 40 seconds on it, which is plenty of time for teams to circle around and rip it off this map. That's one of the repercussions of both teams playing these Rip It Dragonite builds, is we almost always have a third Dreadnought in these games.
That is true. They come up very quickly right now, and here we have a fight over it. No one at the Dreadnought currently. They're all fighting each other right here, looking for a big KO, obviously. No one wants to throw a Unite move right now because we're so close to Zapdos, but you want to try to get a couple KOs here. Absol able to secure one. It looks like we got one from the Dragonite here with Black Hand. A nice big KO from Rin.
Excuse me, speaking of big and Rin, is that level 15 at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Spriggles?
I mean, he's just been getting better and better and better every game that Rin plays. And yes, we have a level 15 Dragonite.
It feels like that loss in the upper bracket earlier today really woke up a sleeping giant inside of IX Gaming. They lost an entire match and they were like, you know what? That wasn't fun. Let's not do that again.
And here we go, looking like Star Wars down here. All the pretty lasers flying every direction. Big Unite move from the Absol. We got the Trevenant going down here. 2 down for each team. Lucario and Hoopa here for IX Gaming, and Hoopa and Trevenant for Blackhand right now. And it looks like we might be taking the Zapdos. I mean, it is the higher level Dragonite. You've got the shield that you can put on it, but I don't know if they want to take it or they want to get this fight in here. Overlord with the big KO. That's what they're looking for. Taking out the carry Pokemon there in Absol.
Whoa, huge stops. Oh, Zarina!
Oh my gosh!
Why did we ever bench the Zarina? That was incredible!
Can they get a 5? 5 There
that
you
was,
have it.
All right. Yes, I feel like if you're Overlord, you're on comms right now. Like, see, this is why we play the Radish Lady team.
Wow, this arena, we talked about it being the difference maker, but look at that. 5 KOs securing that Zapdos. Bye-bye, IX Gaming. You're going to have to pull one out here because Blackhand has this arena.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Just look at it stomp. Finally, with 4 members of IX Gaming, Overlord goes down there, but not before securing a 5 KO streak and an objective and getting them almost 500-point lead here in our 3rd game of this Grand Finals reset.
You know, I thought this match, as we're heading into that fight, was going to be the story of the level 15 Dragonite, but it was the story of this arena taking down the entire enemy team.
Yeah, she just stomped right on through there, getting pick after pick after pick, starting with the Absol and ending with the entire enemy team being sent back to the Pokemon Center.
And we've got some scores going in, a little bit in the bottom, a little bit in the top, but it's just not enough. They would need to wipe the entire enemy team to come back from this one. They could not make it happen. Blackhand goes up 2-1, 1 more win, and they are your North American champions for the regional finals.
The Blackhand has won 4 games off of IX Gaming at this point, and all of them involved Overlord on this arena character, I believe.
Here we have Overlord running in to try to get a score, but look at OG trying to stop them right here. No, you're still going to get the stack here. Lucario says, I'm not playing this game where you run this way and get a quick stack. I'm going for a KO.
Yeah, and this, I really like this micro change from OG here. This is where Lucario is better than Zarina before level 6, and preventing them from getting their scaling done there is huge on OG's side.
This is probably why they didn't want to play it on Blackhand, because it does struggle early against Lucario. These 2 Pokemon are not of similar power until you evolve and become Zarina. Right now, you're just in a lot of trouble, and here they go. I said they got to shut down this arena, and they're trying to do it right now.
It is a Blissey party in the bottom path, but look at this. Zarina going, okay, we need me to scale up. I'm going to the bottom. I'm going to get another dunk here. Y'all have your brawl in the top path, and I'm going to get some stacks here in the bottom.
I hope that worked out for him because Absol was able to clean up in this top path.
God.
Still standing right now.
That Absol was highly illegal. Nudo staying in on the razor's edge in these engagements. Just incredible limit-tested knowledge of this character.
And here we go. IX Gaming does not have enough experience on their little Blissey here to evolve yet. Still a chance here in this bottom path. And now Absol looking to take this farm away from them.
Yeah, we see that. Zarina not quite at their final evolution yet, but got a couple of additional attack weight stacks in and is nearing that level 6. They really want to get to that point before this second Bees and the Dreadnought objective.
Taking a look here, we've got this portal sending them back home, and now they're just going to walk back up to this top path right here. Zarina finally got this evolution here. They are ready to fight.
It is so incredibly difficult to knock out a Trevenant that's waiting to reset from a Hoopa. This character is so thick, and you hit it so many times, and then it resets and comes back at full life.
Absol with a nice big KO right here, and now they're trying to KO Overlord. They are really punishing Blackhand at the start of this match right here. We've got our Dragonite here for IX Gaming. We do not have it once again for Blackhand. They can't seem to get level 8 by this Dreadnought.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a single game, even the ones Blackhand has been winning, where they had a Dragonite at the 7-minute mark, and Rin is just the king of being level 9 for first Dreadnought. Just every single game, 9, 9, 9 at this 7-minute threshold.
Once again, we see Blackhand not even competing for this Dreadnought. They're basically playing IX's game here, and they're saying, all right, I guess we don't get to have this. We try, but there's nothing we could do. We just have to leave this fight. They're aware they can't beat them early. They need to beat them late.
Instead, they go on a date with Dreadnought's less attractive younger brother, Rotom, in the top path here. A reasonable consolation prize, even if they don't get the beloved turtle that everybody wants.
Yeah, and taking a look at the levels here, they actually are still pretty close for the most part, but you can see them start to spiral out of control when you see the Absol and Dragonite here for IX Gaming. Pikadiff just trying to make it home. Ding, 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 buddy. You got your bell rung.
Yeah, we see all of IX Gaming rotating to the bottom path here, it looks like. I assume they want to get a push here before the second Dreadnought spawns to break this point, while Overlord doing what Zarina has proven again and again to do and getting knockouts on point there.
Zarina is just so difficult to deal with because those stomps just delete things so quickly. You can't heal through them, you can't shield through them, you just have to go away.
Huge Unite move from Lucario, and Zarina still survives, getting knocked out by the Dragonite afterwards, while Curio stays to defend this point from Rin.
Once again, Rin looking pretty fed here, almost level 12 already on this Dragonite.
We see Nudo pushing up on this top point. Blissey incredibly thick, buying time here, looking to wait for Overlord to get back here. Pikadiff saying, okay, Absol's not going to be able to score here. Let's just break this point.
And now here we have an interesting situation because Dreadnought and Rotom are going to be up at the same time. IX wants this Dreadnought to continue their level advantage right here, but this Rotom ain't too bad for them either. Will push towards their tier 2 goal.
IX Gaming has not given up a single Dreadnought in any of these games, and I really don't expect them to start now as we see the Space Fist start flying as Hoopa goes into its larger form.
Here come the Unite moves, and we're looking to get a secure right here. Secured by Blackhand, the Caster's Curse. There you go. Dreadnought going the way of Blackhand for what Jeff says is the first time this series.
You see these points going in from Zarina here, allowing her to get those attack weight stacks going again and again and again.
And now we see Nudo up here in this top path, just trying to score right now. Actually, no, pulling back here, my mistake, as they're trying to see what can happen with this Rotom fight. They would love to get this secure if they can. No, they ended up backing away. Blackhand securing this objective as well.
Yeah, looking to see if IX Gaming can pick up any knockouts here, but the only knockouts seem to be going in the way of Blackhand as they push this Rotom in towards the goal here.
Here we go. It is in the goal. You want to get that small amount of points, and there's the 33. There's the 40. Perfect scoring here for Blackhand, and now they are up on points. 204 IX Gaming, 227 for Blackhand.
I think this is the most evenly matched this entire series has been in the early game. A lot of these have been steamrolls for IX Gaming to start, and Blackhand is having no more of that.
Yeah, it looked like this was going that direction, but then a couple big fights for Blackhand seems to throw it possibly back the other way. We've got a level 14 Zarina. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is the part where Overlord says on comms, hey, I'm already level 14. I'm going to take some of these central area buffs because I can be 15 for Zapdos this game, and I'm going to take that lead and push it.
Oh man, IX Gaming is going to need to do something about Serena right here. I mean, you've got the Absol, you've got the Lucario, you've got those big Hyper Beams. Looking for a sneaky, real small score here in this top path, but it's kind of tough to do in front of this Trevenant right now, and you might be punished a little too hard for it. I don't know if we've got a way out, and wow, they do find a way out of that situation. Dreadnought coming up in the bottom path here.
We see here Zarina resetting, Dreadnought getting to spawn with a ton of time, and look at Zarina go to work here and start deleting people. Big stomp after stomp after stomp into a reset. Nope, we missed it. This knockout would be huge if Overlord goes down, but surviving thanks to the healing from both Blissey and that Queen's Majesty.
And the question is, how many KOs are they going to get on this Serena trying to stop Hoopa from going home? They aren't able to do it. They need to get Rin out of there so it doesn't secure this Dreadnought, but it does not get secured by Rin. Taken down by Dragonite here on Blackhand Jungle Book.
There it is, the level 15 Zarina. In the last game, level 15 Dragonite was not enough for IX Gaming to dominate this endgame. Overlord is the question now, can they take that advantage and push it better?
10 seconds here until what could be the last Zapdos of this tournament. If Blackhand shuts them down right now, they are your champions. Here we go, Jeff.
Huge Unite move, taking that out of the equation. The objective is going down here, and we have a flip, and IX Gaming loses the flip. Is Blackhand going to win this game and the series?
It looks like it. They've got a lot of points. They're able to score here. They're going to go way, way up right now. Lucario and Absol trying to score on the side of IX Gaming, but it could be too little and not even too late, but too early. There just isn't enough for IX Gaming to do right here. Overlord, they didn't want to fight it. That's what I'm thinking here, Jeff. They didn't want to fight it in that pit. They said, we better rip because that's a level 15 Zarina.
Yeah, level 15 Zarina deleted the Hoopa, and then ultimately their team was able to secure that objective. There's a bit of a pride fight that the Dragonite wins ultimately at the end here, but the Zarina has to be pleased with this result regardless.
So we've got a minute left right now. Obviously, everyone's trying to get as much Eos energy as they can. They're trying to farm up a Unite move. They need to win a huge fight. They know they're behind. They probably know they're behind by too many points, but they're going to try to win this thing here. I mean, this is a minute left, and if you could have done anything in this minute to earn another $10,000, I'm sure you would have.
We see multiple level 14s and 15s on the teams here as they group up, looking like a push in the bottom path here. They have 35 seconds. It is go time, Spreaders. We got to jump in here and do whatever we can do.
Here we go. The fight is on. They're going to try to get some KOs right now. Lucario going down for IX Gaming. They're trying to make something happen, but no, another down for IX Gaming. It is not going to work. There you have it. Blackhand is going to win this thing. It doesn't matter how many laser beams this Hoopa throws out. Blackhand, they are your North American Regional Finals champions. The best team in North America. Well, they proved it today.
Zarina is definitely the best Radish in Pokemon Unite, stomping across the competition there and leading Blackhand to victory in all the games in which she was present, including this last one.
Without question, that is a top-tier Radish, Jeff.